Hello. Most of you guys know who I am. My name is Dr. White, for those that don't know who I am. I am not a physical being, like most people assume on my channel, or our channel. I am actually a soul inside a philosopher's stone that Dr.Creepypasta has around his neck. I am just a conscience in his mind. Me and him, we are like the same body and soul, but connected as one. How did I, Dr. White, get stuck in a stone like this? Well, it all started when I became an alchemist back in the 17th century. A queen had asked me to find immortality. As I researched about it, I came to the deadly truth that it had to take human souls to make a philosopher's stone. Once I report to the queen, she asked me to find thieves, slaves, or dead corpses, anything I could to obtain a philosopher's stone for her. And as a loyal subject, I did. You see, I lived an average life. I had a wife and a kid. Rose was her name, and my daughter, Penelope. God, the things they did to us, well, I was convicted of murder and treason and all things that are not holy. I don't know how to really explain it, but when the king found out, the queen was let off easy. As for me, he had me to have the worst torture a man can ever suffer. The first thing they did was strip me of my clothes. And then they peeled the skin off of my body. As the pain was enduring, they did not peel all my skin off. Just little pieces a day. As my skin started to rot, my wife, she had given me the stone when she came to visit me, but later was caught, and they were both sentenced to death, my wife and daughter. And as for me, the next step of the torture was getting worse. They locked me in a room with no noise, no sound, not even a whisper, in pitch black. And he left me to starve. So, with the bloody hand of mine, I gave in to the philosopher's stone and became part of it. The feeling was intensifying. All the dead souls I killed, seen from their past, it's like you had seen everyone's story, every 1,000 souls that were in this stone. You hear their agonizing pain, and suffering, and I still hear it every day, stuck in this stone. My motivations are not to take over the world or anything like that. But as for me, it's more of like, I don't want someone powerful to take over and then sentence that person to death. As you can see, there is someone out there specifically why I want to destroy. It's not the hatred of me and him, but it's more of the thought of a madman losing all his insanity and eventually using all his power to take down whoever he wants. And if you know who I'm talking about, you should know. Mr. Creepypasta. Are you listening? I may be such a simple doctor, but when I obtain the ultimate power alongside with my friend, Dr. Creepypasta, I'm coming after you. And all your little friends too. You may be the strongest of the strong, as they say, but I'll make sure that you don't become insane. For insanity is the greatest sin of them all. You lose all morality, all hope. You don't think straight. And you just kill. Kill as you please. It is not fair for you to suffer like this, Mr. Creepypasta. But it's time for your demise. Friends. When I think of friends, I think of loyalty. The passion between me and White are something unbroken. As you can see, my decision is to actually take over the world. I gave him the thought, if I take over the world alongside with him, he has no part in him taking over the world. But as for me, I already have a thought what I want to take over the world for. If I become in control, there will be no worries, no pain, no suffering, not even the glimpse of pain. Because when you take a journey through hell, you know how to control a society that does much sin. Dr. White's fascination of killing Mr. Creepypasta is just astounding. It's something I never really expected from one human being to get this passion to take one man down because of the fear of obtaining too much power, when his own ideals is to gain the ultimate power. You see, between me and him, I have the ability of an average human being, but I have the expertise in swords and guns. And I would say a little bit of Royal Guard. But as for Dr. White, without him I would actually have to obtain the power of alchemy. So that's a perk too. I don't know what to really think about it sometimes, my dear friends. But thinking the thought of the doctor fighting against a mister. Now that's just a story to be written in a book. It just fascinates me still to think that sooner or later I'll come across paths with Mister. But many of my friends say, don't do it, the community will kill you. Well, I say, well, let the community kill me. I have already been to hell. And back, and hell again, and back, oh, and also kinda hell back considering Midnight is considered the daughter of Satan, I would assume, or Zalgo, or I don't even know what the fuck she is. Sorry for my language, Midnight. You know I truly love you. But on the other hand, I have more to talk about. Now, getting back on track, friends. More of loyalty. So, if Mr. White was to presume to take down Mr., he would have to expect that his friends will come to his rescue, and then we will have to both fight his friends as well. Well, considering that Murphy's expedition over there at the lake house was all canon, so no one really died, considering that last Halloween, Mr. almost lost his sanity to a simple Book of the Dead. Come on, that's child's play. But thinking of friends, they are such strong and passionate friends. But yet, they become so vulnerable when their dearest friend that is so powerful die right in front of their hands. I mean, it's just a simple swing here, swing there, chop heads and dismembered bodies. I mean, thinking about it, if I went head to head with every single person that's Mr. Creepypasta's friend, that'd be a lot of body counts. But yet, who gives a fuck? I mean, dismembering bodies are just scrumptious, I would say. I mean, I'm not a cannibal. For some reason, people think I am, but I'm not. It's just more I like to bathe in the blood of my enemies. It makes me feel so alive, I would say. Sometimes they thought Mr. White was... Of course. I did say Mr., didn't I? Oh, I guess Mr. Creepypasta is still on my mind. He is like a lover I always wanted to kill. But going back. Doctor is just astounding still. If he and I were to defeat every last one of his friends, including him, then truly the world has gone mad.